Morning, in case I didn't introduce myself earlier, I can't remember. My name is Eve. I'm the clergy leader here.
And I'm Sarah, a member of the congregation, and I also serve as part of the children's team.
And today we're going to think about a family of siblings that knew Jesus. So my first question to everyone here is, I wonder if anyone here has any brothers or sisters. Anyone? You might not. Yeah, quite a lot of us do have brothers and sisters. Okay, so here's mine and my younger brother. Oh, there's no R or anything. So I'm too old for an R. Yeah, he's my younger brother. I think we look, it's like AI swapped. You could just like interchange our faces, really. But that's my, what about you, Sarah?
And I am in a family of 3 sisters. I am the middle child.
Wonderful.
Very similar, but very different personalities.
Okay, great. So that's us.
Yeah, so today we're going to be thinking about the friendships of Mary, Martha, Lazarus, who are siblings, and Jesus. And what's really interesting is that Jesus had friendships outside of the 12 disciples.
Yeah, so in a moment we're going to hear from John chapter 11, which will be on a video, when Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. But we're going to focus on the friendship between them rather than the miracle that happens. And we're going to think about how friends tell each other the truth, about how friends give each other attention, and how friends can cry with each other. But we've already heard about this family in the Bible, haven't we, Sarah?
Yes, we have. In Luke chapter 10, we meet the family of siblings who are friends with Jesus. He visits them and stays in their house, and it's a home away from home. You might know the story from Luke, where Martha is making preparations for Jesus, and she's distracted and busy, but her sibling Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening like a disciple would. Jesus encourages Martha to stop what she's doing and focus on the right thing. And that is to be like Mary, her sibling, and to be in his presence. Later on, their brother Lazarus falls ill, and the sisters call on their friend Jesus. Let's hear the first part of the reading from John chapter 11 now.
So today's first reading comes from John chapter 11, verses 1 to 5. Now, a man named Lazarus was ill. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. This Mary, whose brother Lazarus now lay ill, was the same one who poured perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. So the sisters sent word to Jesus, "Lord, the one you love is ill." When he heard this, Jesus said, "This illness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it." Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was ill, he stayed where he was 2 more days, and then he said to his disciples, "Let us go back to Judea."
From reading about these guys in different Bible passages, I've reflected on what these siblings might look like. And I've got some quick profiles to share with us today.
Yes, so we've got, first of all, Mary, Martha, sorry. And she's named first in the Bible passages, which probably means she's the oldest. And they seem to have some kind of means, some wealth that means they can live together as one household. And the things that we thought as we were reading the passages, you know, Martha might be, I bring big sister or oldest child energy. You can read this and see what relates to you. I am organized and lead my household or my bedroom with pride. Arrive at my door, I'll prepare a meal for you ASAP. I call on my friends when I need help. So she's a planner, I think. She's organized. She's quite responsible.
Now we have Mary. She's probably the youngest of the siblings. She'll give you her utmost attention when she's with you. She's a keen learner. And she's a keen worshiper as well. She wears her emotions on her sleeve. And she seems to go with her emotions. She's not afraid to worship. She pours perfume on Jesus' feet in front of everybody, but gives people attention.
And then we have the brother Lazarus. And Lazarus, I think, seems to be the middle sibling, and he's actually not recorded in the Bible as saying anything. But many times it says that Jesus loved him. So it feels like he's just happy to be there, you know? And he has two wonderful sisters who look after their home with him. So I'm going to ask everyone here in a moment, with this slide here, where you identify this morning, kind of which kind of personality maybe. So number one, Martha, that kind of organized older sibling energy. You don't have to be a sibling, really. Number two, living in the moment, giving people attention. Number three, just happy to be invited. This could be like the family, this could be like the holiday trip that a group of friends is organizing. So in the room, there's no right answers, there's no wrong answers. We're not recording your answers. Who feels like maybe a number one, like a Martha today? Who's kind of generally a bit of a number one? Quite a few Marthas, yeah. Who feels like a Mary this morning? Yes, some lovely Marys who are present with people. And who feels like a Lazarus? You're just happy to be invited. You're happy to go along with the plan. Yeah. There's people who I see and I agree. Wonderful. But what can we learn from this family and their friendship with Jesus? We're going to hear the next part of our reading, and Jesus has waited to go and see his friends, and very sadly, Lazarus has died in the meantime. So let's listen.
So the second reading today is from John 11, verses 17 to 27. On his arrival, Jesus found Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Now Bethany was less than 2 miles from Jerusalem, and many Jews had come to Mary and Martha to comfort them in the loss of their brother. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him, but Mary stayed at home. Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died, but I know that even now God will give whatever you ask. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Mary answered, I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she replied. I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who is to come into the world.
Wonderful. So the first thing that we noticed about this friendship is that friends tell each other the truth. This part of the story reminded us that good friends can speak truth to each other. And Jesus, who was friends with them, had previously challenged Martha gently that she was getting distracted and encouraged her to get her priorities straight.
Hearing the truth from friends, even friends that really love us, even Jesus, can be painful. It can make us feel a bit raw and exposed. But Martha clearly listens to Jesus, her friend. And now she's the one to meet Jesus first.
Yeah, she's not distracted, even by all those people that had come to comfort her. She goes straight to Jesus. She declares that she trusts him and that he is the Messiah.
Hearing the truth from a friend is sometimes like a mirror being held up to our face. We have to face something uncomfortable. I was wondering if anybody can find a mirror somewhere within this room.
There is a mirror in the room. Oh, it's been spotted.
Oh.
There we go. Let's have a little round of applause for this person. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you want to hold it for a minute and then you can sit down? I won't make you stand the whole thing. Look at that. It's quite heavy.
Being good friends, especially Jesus, always do this in love. Not to judge, but to encourage us to be the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, so firstly, friends tell each other the truth. Can I take this? Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you have friends like that? Are you that kind of friend that might gently hold up that mirror? I wonder if we have those friends. Secondly, friends give each other their attention. So we're going to listen to our final part of the Bible reading now.
So the final reading today is from John chapter 11, verses 28 to 36. After she had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary aside. "The teacher is here," she said, "and is asking for you." When Mary heard this, she got up quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet entered the village, but was still at the place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who had been with Mary in the house comforting her noticed how quickly she got up and went out, they followed her, supposing she was going to the tomb to mourn there. When Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. "Where have you laid him?" he asked. "Come and see, Lord," they replied. Jesus wept. Then the Jews said, "See how he loved him."
So friends give each other their full attention. So I think Mary shows us a friend that gives others attention. Here she's giving attention to those in the home, and she's been called out to see Jesus. And previously she was sitting at Jesus' feet, listening intently. Mary, I think, is the kind of person that you have a conversation with and they're really listening, they're not distracted, or like today, they're not on their phone, they're not thinking about what they need to buy at the shop on the way home, or thinking about just their reply to you.
Yeah, I think you can spend time with somebody but not really engage with them. Sometimes you can be in church but not really in church because your mind may be elsewhere. You might be present, but there are too many things going on. I wonder if anyone here has felt like that before.
And good friends, I think, sort of let the focus be on you, and it's kind of mutual for the time that you're together, like zooming in on the present moment. And I remember a good friend of mine at university, and we went for a coffee, and I remember that I sat down at the coffee and put my phone on the table, and he got his phone and he put it in his bag under the table. And it really struck me at the time. And he said it was a habit that he had made for himself, that while he was with people, he wouldn't do that. And that's like quite a long time ago. It's even harder to do now. And it doesn't always mean that you're opposite someone or you need eye contact. Sometimes a walk and a talk is really good. Or you can focus on an activity together. It's just being together, zooming in on that moment. And I wonder if there's a piece of equipment anywhere here that helps people zoom in. So somewhere in the church there is a pair of binoculars. So I wonder if anyone has them, and it might be that someone else wants to bring them up, I don't mind, but it could also be, I see some binoculars there. Would anyone like to go and get the binoculars maybe?
Oh yeah, I can see them now.
I see them. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. Round of applause. There we go. These are some beautiful binoculars. And I want to say, we can't be super focused on everyone all the time. We don't use binoculars all the time in our lives. But we can aim to be present with the people that we're with when we're with them, undistracted.
Are you a friend that can give time to other people? Are you able to let people give time to you? How easy do you find to spend time with Jesus, your friend?
Yeah, and finally, we reflected that friends in this passage are friends that can cry with each other. Good friends can weep together at times of sorrow, times of happiness, times of grief. And we can assume that the others in the passage, also their friends, were crying with them as they dealt with disappointment and grief, sadness. And even Jesus, in that wonderful verse, weeps when he sees his friends upset, when he grieves the death of his friend, Lazarus.
I was really struck by this. We see Jesus' humanity and compassion in this, and he cries at the death of his friend, even though he knows he is going to bring Lazarus back to life. It reminds me that sadness, emotion, grief are all parts of our Christian life. And it's okay to be sad. And to have friends that we can cry with is really important. After I got married, I had a friend that prayed and cried with me for over 5 years, where I waited for answered prayers to become a mother. I also have friends in my church family where we've all cried together when hearing sad news or when we have been grieving.
Yeah, I've had those friends as well that you can cry with whether you're together or whether you're far apart as well. And we know that for some of us, that means that we'll have friends or family in other countries, other nations, but we can still weep together and have those people in our lives. And sometimes when we cry, I don't know about you, I definitely sometimes need a tissue, need someone to be on hand with that. And I wonder if anyone can see over there in the prayer ministry box, actually, we have some tissues. Because sometimes when we pray, people cry as well, and that's totally fine. So I wonder if anyone could bring me something that helps if people need a bit of a cry. There's some tissues over there. You don't need to be located over there, but you could bring it over. Anyone else wants to be on the move? Wonderful. Thank you, Claire. Round of applause for Claire. So I wonder if you have those good friends you can cry with, whether it's people in church, whether it's your family, your friends, people at work, people at your school. And we also cry sometimes in church, and that's totally fine. And Jesus, it says in the Bible, is the great high priest who knows our situations, who sympathizes with us, and who comforts us.
So we have thought about how friends tell each other the truth, how friends give each other attention, and how friends can cry or weep with each other. As we go into our weeks, can we be these friends for others? Can we build friendships like this?